we'll ask it two ways. What do you think the most surprising move was, and what move do you like the most so far?
Surprising has to go to Jameis Winston. I did not see that coming. But it's a welcome one for me. It's someone that I was on the All Eyes on Cleveland with Brad Ward, and I mentioned Jameis, and he kind of gave me a look, and I was like, I'm serious. I definitely see that's a role he could fit here in Cleveland as the backup. And I know it caught people off guard. He's a high-profile name, former #1 overall pick, but he's been relegated to backup duty for a couple years, and I think that this is a system he could do well in. Those bigger type quarterbacks, something Dorsey has a lot of experience with. And people forget how big Jameis actually is. Got a big arm. He will let it rip. He's a little more volatile. He's a different style of backup quarterback. Some guys come in just to steady the ship. He'll rock the boat. This guy, he'll go for it. He'll let her rip. And with that sometimes comes turnovers, but big plays come with that too. And I think that's what the Browns were looking for, someone who could come in and not be afraid, afraid of the moment. And Jameis fits that bill.
What move do you like the most so far?
Oh, Za'Darius. I wasn't sure they would pull it off. I didn't think they would. I didn't know what his market would look like. And full disclaimer, I expected him to wait. I expected them to offer Za'Darius something and him to sit back and see what the market said. But I think it shows he's happy here. He was happy with the situation, the scheme, the way he was utilized, getting to put his hand in the dirt. He's played mostly outside linebacker, rush style, and a 3-4 for the majority of his career. I think he likes that 4-3 defensive end, that wide 9, being able to really stay at the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. So I think he was in love with the fit and the players in that locker room, and I think he was happy to come back for 2 years. And so that to me, that's the one that made me the happiest.
Yeah, the other thing about that is, you mentioned he was used to being an outside. He's got a year of familiarity, and you can be sure there are things he is working on relative to his body to kind of make that transition a little bit easier, because now he knows what he knows.
Yeah, last year, he found out, he got traded for, and he comes in, and now he knows he has a full off season to equip himself to, and just the familiarity with the scheme now, and really get after it. And he was someone that everyone in that locker room looked up to. You could tell when they got into training camp, he was the guy people gravitated around. He was actually bringing competitions to Myles Garrett. Get off the ball faster, and he was pushing Myles, and that goes both ways. Myles is competitive, so that just breeds competition, and everyone gets better from that, so I'm super excited they were able to snag him for another 2 years.
And you know what, I would imagine, you bring up Myles Garrett, he's probably one of the most happy that you got not only Za'Darius back, but Hurst and Shelby Harris to go along with Dalvin Tomlinson, because he had a great season, and now it's another year together for those guys.
Yeah, he's got to be ecstatic, and just the amount of resources that the front office is putting defensive line. So Myles sees that. Myles sees that he's not out there by himself. He's got a great supporting cast. They're able to get most of the band back together, the most important parts. And there might be an addition here or there, but I think he's got to have an ease to it. Like, he's looking at it, he's going into this next season fully stocked, fully loaded, and ready to get after it.